Countdown. I know that maybe some people get a little perturbed when I say things like free speech is the hill I die on, but it is. Um, and and the thing about it is that doesn't matter whose speech it is. And I was, I was really, I'm really upset that in social media that people get cancel cultured out of there out, and that includes people that I would disagree with, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and people like that. I mean, um, the reason I defend somebody of that caliber is basically I am principled, and I just need to stress this out that it is not just conservative voices that gets the axe or gets the internet death penalty. I have said this before, and it seems like it falls on deaf ears. That there are people on the left that are also targeted. But the thing about it is that when the left is targeted, it's usually for bullshit reasons. Honestly, the left is really drowned out in social media. I mean, they're drowned out either through overt bans or shadow bans or demonetizing and algorithm. That's basically a shadow ban. And as I said, I'm not trying to be a victim, but I mean I have this channel here for about 2 years now, almost 2 years next month, and let me tell you, it's really frustrating with the subscriptions numbers, and I'm not sitting there going wah wah wah. It's just that I don't like what YouTube is doing because I'm supposed to have more subscribers than what I have right now currently. I really am. I mean I don't mean that I would have 1 million subscribers or 50,000 subscribers or even 5,000, but I figured I would be probably between between 1 or 2,000 at this point. Um, had the algorithms run in the way it needs to be run. However, getting back, I don't want to make this about me, but I want to make this about the left and how they're targeted. And I'll let Haas for himself speak on this YouTube video, and I'll share a few words. Haas from Infrared. So give me a moment here, and I will share a few words right afterwards. Hold tight.
Hey guys, as you may already know by now, and as evidenced by the title, I have been banned from Twitch for 7 days. The reason being because Bad Empanada decided to report one of my live streams where I was giving him a proportionate response to his own ceaseless and never-ending week-long harassment and abuse leveled against me. And I'm not a guy who goes and runs to corporations and cries to them, but he is. So he started a confrontation, I responded proportionately, and he decided that because he can't hold his own, he's going to have to go and run to the corporations and hide behind corporate censorship. Which is fine. Unluckily for him, I'm in contact with several partner Twitch streamers who have recorded evidence of Bad Empanada's ceaseless and serial harassment, abuse, and bullying. And I'm in...
Oh my god, commercials.
At SmartSign.com, you can get signs for your business or your home. Bathroom signs, floor signs, safety signs.
I'm in contact with the Twitch partnership team, as well as Twitch support, with documented evidence on hand. and this situation is going to be sorted out. So, if there's any question about why did you get banned, what happened, that's what happened. I've been under attack for a week by almost every single major leftist content creator on Twitter. I've been holding my own, shockingly been holding my own and winning, but this is what they have to resort to. So they were trying to bully me off the internet. It wasn't working. I was single-handedly taking on like thousands of people, and there was nothing they could fucking do about it except run to corporations to deplatform me. If there's any question about who has the integrity here, who has the strength, who has the power here, you can already see that. Not once did I go to Twitter, go to Twitch, go to anyone to report anyone. They did, and all I did was defend myself, mind you. I didn't start any confrontation. And the question is why? What's all this even started from? Well, it's because of my very simply serious political views that I forwarded, right? This shit is not because of my exaggerated persona and my name calling and all that kind of shit that I do. These people are legitimately mad because they're losing the war of ideas. They're losing the war of theory, and they're losing the war of ideas. Not one of these people would ever agree to debate me in an open live setting. So they have to resort to personal attacks and attempts at bullying and piling on and all that kind of shit. The problem is that I'm much more vicious at that game than they are. I'm much more savage when it comes to that kind of shit than they are. And I guess they didn't anticipate or know that, but it's just an inconvenient coincidence that I happen to be a much more ruthless and vicious person than all of these leftist people combined. So inevitably they have to resort to these tactics of deplatforming. Now, you're probably asking, why aren't you doing this live? What happened to the live stream that you promised? As it happens, it turns out I was told by a friend who's not on, so I don't know, right? Which is that I have a partnership agreement with Twitch where there's an exclusivity deal and I cannot live stream on other platforms. Now, I don't actually know if this is true or not, and it's what I've been frantically trying to find out for the past hour or so, right? And I've emailed the Twitch partnership team again. They're probably going to get back to me soon. As soon as I find out what the policy is, I'll let you guys know. But anyway, this stream we were going to do today was basically just going to be this anyway. I was just going to give you a rundown about what happened and what this was all about. So it's not like we're missing out on a ton of content anyway. I probably should know by tomorrow what the deal is, in which case I'll be able to update you guys on the situation. In the meantime, I'm going to be... Look, whatever happens, you're going to get content, okay? If I'm not able to stream, then I'm going to spend that time making videos for you and writing my Substacks, finishing my Substacks. So I'm going to give you content either way. It's just that there is a possibility that we're not going to have any live streams for a week. Then again, I'm fairly certain I'm allowed to appear on other people's YouTube live streams, like Hassan did. So maybe, Jackson will do a YouTube stream or someone else will do a YouTube stream and I can appear on that one. In any case, if you want to support me in the meantime throughout the week, I wouldn't really ask for it because it is something that works best when it's in a live setting because you can be able to get a message out. But I do have the donation link here in the bio in case I don't know. I don't know if I would ask you, but in case you want to know, if there's a way to support me in the meantime. But I think I should be fine for the week. It's really only a week. And this is only, by the way, in case that I'm not able to stream at all throughout the week, right? Regardless, I am going to guarantee you content this week. I'm not going to sit idly and just take a vacation. This is my passion. This is what I like doing. This is what I enjoy doing. So I will be certain to be giving you content either way, regardless of whether I'm allowed to stream or not on YouTube. In any case, I want you guys to take this time to reflect upon why all this shit happens in the first place, right? If these people could face me in the war of ideas and engage in a substantive theoretical criticism of me, they would not have to resort to these kinds of dirty tactics. And let's just be frank, all of the dirty tactics began with my enemies. I initially started streaming on YouTube with the good faith attempt to nail down the essence of my position by means of theory. I did everything through theory, I did everything intellectually, and whatever. People were outraged by the things I would say, despite the fact that I could very eloquently justify what I was saying theoretically and intellectually. So this nasty business of name-calling and personal attacks and bullying and all that kind of stuff, that was started by them. They could not accept to engage me in good faith in terms of the substance of my position, so they wanted to start this dirty game where we're going to have personal attacks. We're going to talk about Oz's personal life and his appearance and all that other kind of coping bullshit, right? I know a lot of you know me for being an extremely vicious, savage guy who roasts the shit out of people. Everything I've ever done was in self-defense. Remember, the first thing I did when I came on this platform was engage in good faith theory, good faith intellectualizing, good faith political speech, right? I alone was the victim of nasty personal attacks and dirty attacks because no one could confront me at that level. At the level of the substantive theory, no one could stand a fucking chance against me, right? People just became outraged because I started to challenge all of their preconceived dogmas about Marxism. Then I started to attack the preconceived leftist orthodoxies that prevail within the United States. Needless to say, I rocked people's whole entire fucking world, and people decided to lose their minds and change the nature of this war from one of good faith theoretical criticism to nasty personal attacks and name-calling and deplatforming and all that shit. And Pat Empanada specifically is a guy who is known for challenging several content creators to debate. Caleb Maupin, Vosh, several others. I need you to actually take in the significance of the fact that he refuses to debate me. He has dedicated an entire week to harassing me, playing these dirty games of dirty attacks, completely devoid of any substantive theoretical criticism or political criticism. He's just engaged in malicious personal attacks, nothing more. But as you can tell, when it came to that game, I was the better, right? I clearly won that confrontation because he had to resort to reporting me to Twitch. It's like, I am an intellectual, right? But if you want to come at me personally, I have very clearly proven myself to be able to hurt your feelings much worse than you could possibly do to mine. So that's not a game I would advise my enemies to go down the path of, as evidenced by the fact that they have to resort to deplatforming, despite the fact that they started it. It's like, imagine if someone came up to you, slapped you across the face, and you give a response, a proportionate response, and then they run to the police and you go to jail for assault. That's basically what happened here. You know, the thing is, I may be in jail for that, but as far as who won, I think it's pretty clear to everyone. Like, the fact you had to resort to this proves you were not able to win the confrontation. You decided to start with me, right?
Okay. I'm gonna just cut this short because I have things to do this morning. But let me just do this here real quick. Alrighty. Getting back to what I was saying. I'm not familiar with Bandanema, whatever the hell his name is. I mean, I barely know who he is, and I started listening to Infrared in the last probably on and off in the last couple of months. I look at various online leftist commentators and everything. So, but the point I'm trying to make is that I don't blame him for being angry or bitter. And I mean, I don't particularly share the same left-wing perspective. I have a different left-wing perspective that he has. I'm more on the social democratic side of the equation, as most people would know. And I'm not a tanky. I'm not a Marxist-Leninist and by any stretch of the imagination, but they have a perspective, and it's a perspective that's worth listening to. And I used to be one of those people when I get called a communist or what have you. I used to be very defensive. Oh no, I'm not one. I'm not a communist. I'm not a communist. I mean, it doesn't matter, The thing about it is that, again, as I said, as a leftist, I can learn from the late David McReynolds when he said in his 1980 Socialist Party USA campaign for president that I have no enemies on the left, but mere differences. It's not 100% true. There are leftists individual leftists I have actually had a hard time with. Some of them are in my little area of the ideological corner too. There's a few people in the SPUSA and a few people in DSA I have clashed with, for example. And, as I said, I mean, it is what it is. And sometimes there's a lot of ego involved. And, and there's something in the psychology of being, a socialist or a communist or an anarchist or a Trotskyist or whatever ideological flavor of red that exists in the movement. And here in the United States, what is called American exceptionalism, there's kind of as I said, a little bit of an ego and all of that, and I've seen other left-wing commentators that all they do is go after other left-wing commentators, and I confess there's a little bit of the online left soap opera that's very intriguing too. And it's like, oh, what did this person have to say? And what did this person have to say? Such as what happened this summer between the boutique left people like the Young Turks and actual dirtbag leftists like Jimmy Dore and those who are kind of in between, like Kyle Kalinske, for example. And that was the online left drama that was quite a spectacle to view this past summer. So, but anyhow, I I am sorry that Haas had his channel zapped by Twitter and Twitch for 7 days, and I hope to see his channel come back, and I would like to see an end to this bullshit of this cancel culture, even amongst the left. I mean, and if the left, if there's disagreements, there are disagreements on the left over theory or tactics or what have you. I'm just accept it that there is, and try to overlook the differences that are out there, and because we have to do something about capitalism. Capitalism right now is the problem in this world. I mean, you know, they're right now in the year 2022, capitalism, crony capitalism, that is the problem, and we need to develop a strong, robust anti-capitalist movement, and get more and more convinced that there's nobody in the two-party system that's going to go and save us. We can only save ourselves. We are, when it comes to change, we're the ones that can bring the change. Not people from above. It has to be from below. And you know, it just has to be from below. Chris Hedges have said this. Cornel West have said this, and there's wisdom to what they're saying. So anyway, have a chat line over here. Steve Richard, how are you? Let's see. 3 free Haas. We sing from jail and recommune what was put asunder. Free Haas. I agree. Convene to a point of nucleation we use as power. Absolute free speech. There is no other. Absolute free speech. There is no other. Hey, I agree with that sentiment. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I am going to go and I always have to decide what I'm going to put down as a hashtag, but I like that. Free Haas. That's what I'm going to put up there for a hashtag when I'm done with this video here. So, if you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree, comment anyway, and we'll have a conversation. As the First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we're the muckrakers of our time. All of us. All of us. And, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and until next time, I'm Willie Bragg from the Willie Bragg Show here. Class struggle, keep that going, and of course, free Julian Assange. Take care, and see you all later. Okay, sorry about that. Bye-bye.